Presenter Search on 3 is back. From original winners Simba Mhere and Jonathan Boynton-Lee, it's made Zoe Brown, Danila Okisto, and Jade household names. Myself, Harmony the Voice Katulondi, Dr. Mkhize, and 5-time life-saving world champion Ryle De Morny have seen our lives transformed. Just like Afternoon Express winner Palesa Tembe and last year's Expresso winner Thabiso Makhubela.
Hello and welcome to Presenter Search on 3, brought to you by Mchize and introducing this season Orbit Gum. I'm your host Leigh-Anne Williams, and this year it's all happening right here in the Expresso studio. This is a show where undiscovered talent from around the country has the opportunity to show off what they've got in a bid to become SABC3's next superstar.
The stage is mine. And as I always say, man, as much as you can't go back and make a brand new start, what's stopping you from starting now and making a totally brand new end?
The Presenter Search on 3 talent competition is such an important competition. It gives young people a fair playing field of being able to come and audition. You know, South Africa has brilliant, talented young individuals who want to be on television, and because this is a one-of-a-kind competition, it really opens up, you know, the industry and for individuals to come and showcase their brilliance.
Making Films won Jonathan Boynton-Lee Awards, but entering Presenter Search opened doors for this family man and proud uncle to now 8-year-old Matthew.
When I picked up my nephew from school, he threw up on my t-shirt, which I was going to wear for top billing, so I had to change on the way here. I was 15 minutes late. I was incredibly nervous, but when I walked in, Jeannie made me feel very comfortable and helped me to prepare a fantastic link.
You know, it's crazy to think it's been 7 years already, and it's still, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I can't believe I'm a top billing presenter. Like, it still hasn't sunk in after all this time.
Jonathan.
The important thing to remember when entering is you're going to get thrown completely into the deep end. So from the word go, you are going to have some really tough challenges, remembering that if you mess up, you could go home the following week. It's like a crash course in presenting that is just absolutely priceless. You can learn more in those couple of weeks of Presenter Search than you can in 4 or 5 years at college. I remember not having a chance to breathe. Like the first challenge, we were doing links. I was on the beach in a windsurfer thing, and the DOP Wimpy was in my face, and I had to come up with a link, and the wind was blowing, and everything is chaotic.
This looks like an airplane buckle.
It is an airplane.
And I feel like if I take off, I'm going to go with this thing, so it's not off to a good start.
And you can't slip up. It's really an incredible crash course in presenting.
I was on such a roll until the camera came.
And once you got the job, it doesn't stop there. You don't breathe. Like, I remember in the first 2 weeks, I was interviewing Bruce Willis in New York, and then there was Cameron Diaz in London.
Hey, it's Cameron Diaz. Jonathan can't get to the phone right now. He's really busy giving me a foot rub. He'll get back to you as soon as he can. Okay, have a beautiful day.
And then I was on a plane with Richard Branson to Scotland, and we were doing Highland games at some castle in the middle of the Highlands. It's just an incredible ride. You know, everything that you think top billing is, that dream that it sells on the TV, it's that and it's more.
That's it. Right, so what you want to do is go in the body. Now I'm going to run with it, yeah? Run. Right, tip it forward. Up. Yes! Well done.
For me, I think the 2 best things about top billing are the incredible people you meet and the places you get to see that you never would have dreamed of seeing. And then putting them together, like for instance, taking Caster Semenya, who I idolized as an athlete, and putting her in Mozambique in one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to, an island resort, and swimming with dolphins and racing her on the beach. I mean, getting to race against Caster Semenya is just crazy. It's like these pinch yourself moments which just keep happening, and then riding with her on the beach in Mozambique. So if you've got a 10-year plan or a 5-year plan, expect it to be fast-tracked big time if you join a show like Top Billing or Expresso or Afternoon Express, because of the power of the brand. You are just catapulted into the limelight. Before you know it, things are happening, doors are opening, and you're right where you want to be, and your dreams are coming true, and you completely underestimated the power of the brands.
Presenter Search is life-changing. It takes you into a whole nother world. I was studying, I was reading books, and next minute I was jumping out of a plane, stroking a rhino, going in a hot air balloon, meeting the most interesting people, just broadening your mind, learning so many different things. It's eye-opening. It's life-changing. It's indescribable.
And that's how you conquer the snow!
If I had to ask myself what this competition means, it means coming as a blank canvas. You need to be prepared to learn.
Keep going until the end. Go for it.
I was just one face in a sea of over 4,000 individuals before making it into the top 30, then into a top 10.
Your life changes overnight. You have to put in the hard work, but it is so rewarding, and you actually can't put a price on it. This is an opportunity of a lifetime.
Oh my goodness. Oh, my nose. Fellow contestants, I love you guys, but I challenge you to make a better entrance than this. Woo!
How I knew I was meant to be a presenter, I had a passion for life. I had so many interests, whether it was wakeboarding, surfing, the arts, music, dancing, anything. I was just hungry to experience everything there is to life.
I felt just like a mermaid. The fish came so close to me. You know what? I'm actually just gonna get back right in there. Woo!
So if you enjoy working with different personalities, learning new things, and just caring for people, because at the end of the day, a presenter needs to authentically engage and care about what people have to say and share with us, then this is where you belong.
Making himself part of the family from his first audition was half man, half amazing Simba Mhere, the son of Zimbabwean missionaries who gave the world a legend.
Tonight on Top Billing, you viewers know her as Jeannie D. I've come to know her as my next girlfriend. Or perhaps maybe Jeannie Double D, for reasons beyond my comprehension. But from now on, she'll be immortalized as Jeannie 3D for being featured on Cosmopolitan's first 3D photo shoot.
Simba slept in a car the night before the competition because he really wanted to make sure that he was in the front for the auditions. It was a testament that it does not matter where you come from, the circumstances of a background, but if you have a dream, truly, and you work hard towards realizing the dream, it's possible. Simba was, born of missionaries, and so he was carrying the dreams of not only his family, his younger sister, but he was carrying a dream for so many other young people who have felt that they can't actually end up in front of a television screen presenting a show like Top Billing. So for me, when I also just reflect on Simba's journey and Jonathan, it's just beautiful to see how that brotherhood, that bond that they shared was so deep and so authentic and so true and beautiful to witness.
This is how you end a boys' weekend in blood and tears.
It's the perfect way to end this.
Boys will be boys.
Because of what Simba did to me, he mentored me when I started. He kind of took me under his wing and we developed this brotherhood. And it's happening now, with the new presenters, with Fez and Harmony and Ryle. Co-presenting is really, really cool because you get to work off someone else's personality. And it was really, really cool to kind of develop this brotherhood again in a kind of a mentorship role, doing what Simba did for me, being able to pass that knowledge on to the new presenters, which is the best part for me. I mean, it's nurturing young, proudly South African talent. And I think that's the most amazing thing about Presenter Search, is taking these people out of nowhere. Fez was a doctor. It just happened out of nowhere and catapulting them into the limelight and showing their talents.
There you go. Traditional Sydney beer. I love it. It's tasty, but that's good.
Now, just a word of advice for people who are going to get the job. Be careful because you'll be very famous very quickly and you need to behave yourself, you need to stay grounded, you need to remember why you're doing this in the first place. Remember, you're doing this because you're passionate about it. If you're getting into the industry to be famous, it's going to spit you out very, very quickly. You need to do it because you love it. So anybody entering the competition and wanting to audition, I just suggest you doing this because it's the only thing you can ever imagine yourself doing.
Coming up, previous Presenter Search on 3 winners share their stories.
It's your time to shine with Presenter Search on 3 and Orbit Gum. Throughout the years of Presenter Search on 3, one question has always stood out. What makes a great presenter? Is it self-confidence, an infectious smile, or the ability to command the attention of a room? Well, these are just a few of the many elements that make a great presenter. And in the 2018 season, we were introduced to a whole lot more.
Beautiful, gorgeous, breathtaking. These are just some of the words that I can use to describe my pants. And where else can we get these pants except for Mama Philo Designs? Truth be told, I was forced to enter by my friends because they knew how much I wanted to be on Top Billing. Reason being, I had entered 3 times before and I didn't make it. So my friends, shout out to you guys are amazing.
Gus, those pants. Yeah, did you bring a measuring tape? I'll give you my size.
Being yourself is more than enough, and is actually what everyone is looking for, because there's a lot of carbon copies out there, but being yourself is what is important. And also with the discipline and the work ethic and all the skills that are necessary for the particular job that you are required to do. And also, God's timing is the best timing, so if it's meant for you, then you're gonna get it.
On such a beautiful tropical island, you can't help but to take pictures. But how about drawing pictures? And how about drawing them underwater?
I had a lot of highlights. One of my favorite has to be going to the Reunion Island. The culture, the people are so kind, the food is amazing, the weather is beautiful, and I just loved the atmosphere around there. It was a very pressured environment because that was, I think, top 6. That experience was amazing. And then also just being able to glean knowledge and to learn from all these amazing guys like DJ Fresh, Mama Bassi, on Patience herself, and everyone else who was part of the whole journey.
This is quite a bumpy ride, and you definitely have to hold on and watch out for the sugar cane and they give you a quick sweet smack on your face.
I think it's been a year since I've won the Presenter Search on 3, and it's been amazing being a presenter on Top Billing, being able to visit all these incredible places, meet people and listen to their stories and hear what they have to offer, and also being an inspiration to a lot of people. It's really been a blessing and it's really been incredible, and all of this is thanks to the fact that I won the Presenter Search on 3 and that it was a lot of people to actually reach for the dream, me being one of them.
Hello, hello.
Oh, hello.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm here, I'm live.
Can you run in slow motion?
If you really want me to, I can try.
I'll do this for you. Okay, stop. Some people stand in the dark.
Are we doing this?
Yeah. To step into the light.
I think I just had a calling deep inside that I started listening to. Something inside me said that there's a bigger purpose and there's something more that you can do with the energy that you have. So I did the audition. It was very daunting.
Why do you want to be a TV presenter?
I love to present my personality and use it as a medium. Wow. Use it as a medium.
Let me answer.
The entire journny just ripped me apart and rebuilt me and made me learn so much.
Hi, very well, thanks, and you? This is Jeannie D speaking. Ryle's in the middle of an audition at the moment. You kind of interrupted.
I think the opportunity to meet, get to know and become family members and friends with some of the contestants, which I'm still to this day so close to. Fez, Harmony, Palesa, Thabiso, and even the guys that didn't make it through to the final and get the positions, we still chat. And those are relationships and memories that were created through those relationships that I don't think I'll ever forget.
We're about to explore some of the incredible beauty that this island has to offer in a very unique way.
There's so many special moments for me in the entire competition that really stand out, but one I have to mention is the opportunity to go overseas and to travel to the Reunion Islands. It was the final episodes that we were airing on the island, and it is such an incredible place. It evoked so much emotion within me, a sense of adventure. I felt alive. I felt like I was in my element, and it was such a beautiful space to play in that I didn't even feel like I was working or that I was even in a competition. I just felt like I had an opportunity to go overseas, and I was playing in this incredible world, and there was a camera recording it.
I can feel the quads burning now.
I felt like I was a kid in a candy store in a world just full of options, fun, playing, adventure. So for me, that was a highlight, just finding that flow state.
Yes, Jade.
Oh, it's been absolutely incredible. In less than a year of winning the show, my life has literally changed, and for the better and the best possibly. I'm growing so much and so much faster as a person. My soul and my spirit has had the opportunity to just experience something at a really incredible vantage point where you get to see both sides of how people tick.
I don't know why I'm kicking it out.
The support I get from the family at Top Billing has been amazing, and showcasing and highlighting those personal moments, and there's been so many of them, has just been a real sort of a boost and a feeling of appreciation where you just feel like the world is your oyster, literally, and you can kind of play an adventure in all these spaces and places. So yeah, incredible.
Having fun, guys? Nice. And you're doing absolutely...
Hey guys, afternoon.
Hello, nurse. I'm guessing you're not a nurse.
No. They're cool though, but I'm a doctor.
Okay, so let's rephrase. What's up, Doc?
Mind you, that's the 7th person who said that to me today. Presenter search on 3. I mean, I think it's something that has shaped my life so profoundly. I can already see myself back in the lines, kind of trying to get in there to go see my girlfriend. And I keep telling the story because it seems like it's something out of a Hollywood movie, but it actually happened to me. And I think it's just kind of prepared me for all the things that have come in my life, because if it's meant for you, you just need to go out there and just open yourself to it. And it's just been an amazing journey.
Would you say showing your six-pack in hospital helps some people get better?
This is a very serious announcement. I have never, nor will I ever, take off my shirt in a hospital. I feel like everybody thinks that I was kind of joking when I was saying I was sick on the Expresso show and I was losing my voice. There were literal periods where I'd try to speak and like nothing was coming out, and I was panicking half the time, and it's live and everything else is going on, and I just felt like at any point in time my voice would just go and I'd be live and I'd kind of be like... Guys, you know, it's always fun to be Ryle, because I love him like a brother, and just taking him out, it brings him down a couple of notches. Oh Ryle, you're so amazing, you're the fastest guy in the world. Can you make an omelette in a minute and a half? It was literally our last challenge as a group. We were supposed to be ziplining down after looking at that beautiful kind of lake at the bottom, and it was literally, you had to get this in one take or we're gonna lose that magic moment. And I'd gone through, I knew what I was gonna say, energies were high, zipline goes down, I'm ready, Ryle comes in and choke. Yes, man. What in it? The one time I choke was the time I was not supposed to, and like literally Ryle had to pull himself right back up that zip line so we can kind of get it right in a semi-authentic way. So that was probably the biggest thing, especially on the journey, that kind of sticks with me. All that's left to say to the beautiful island of Reunion is, merci beaucoup.
My opinion on both Ryle and Fez, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, they're incredible guys. And you see them with all the muscles and they're big and like that, but they're actually so soft and such genuine guys and disciplined, like crazy, man. The discipline is insane. To be able to go to gym every single day, sometimes even 2 or 3 times a day is crazy. And that work ethic comes across with their presenting.
You are such a talented group that we decided we couldn't just have one winner for Top Billing, we should have 3.
Last year, the talent was so exceptional, we chose 3 winners for Top Billing, Ryle, Fez and Harmony, and it's been an amazing success. They've been busy achieving so many dreams.
It's been about 1 year and 2 months since I've won and started presenting, and I mean, during that time, there's been so much that's gone on. I've had the men's health cover, Cosmo's Sexiest Man, which still blows my mind that I even have that.
When we were doing the auditions, Fez said to me that one of the things he really wanted to do was to be on the cover of a major men's magazine. And he did that. He did that within the first 5 months. And now he's the winner of Mr. World SA, traveling to the Philippines to compete internationally. It's amazing. This competition opens doors for people. They're there, they're open, and you need to step through and take advantage of what's being given to you. And this is what our winners have all done.
The greatest highlight for me about being a presenter is just being able to engage with so many amazing people. And I'd be lying if I didn't say it wasn't the travel vlogs. I mean, getting to go see our beautiful country and the African continent. I mean, who would have thought that I'd be standing here talking about going to Chobe with Jonathan and seeing, I mean, crocodiles, elephants. Yeah, my life is pretty special. The one bit of advice that I'd give to the 2 potential people who could get the Expresso show, it's just be yourself. It's always kind of tricky because you want to show the best version of yourself. So sometimes you might kind of veer off and find yourself being something that you're not. everybody at home connects with that authenticity. It's the reason why we've loved Simba, we've loved Jono, we love Ryle, we love Harmony. We feel like we know them. And at the end of the day, I want to see you being you, presenting on Expresso wherever you are so I can connect with you.
Coming up, some of the most entertaining auditions from over the years.
Only the highest grade 100% Arabica beans. Great coffee, simple. Presenter Search on 3 has been the springboard to stardom for so many young, talented South Africans. But it's not just about the winners. This is an open platform to show the country exactly what you've got. And boy, does South Africa have a lot to show.
Give us what you've prepared for today.
Ladies and gentlemen, come be with me tonight. Don't just stay there outside.
Hello, and welcome to tonight's edition of Top Deck. Do we start again?
I'm Tracy. I'm your new host for today for Afternoon Express. This is Afternoon Express. Enjoy the show.
Okay. Today, okay. This show will start at afternoon after the Afternoon Espresso. Okay.
I'm more of a jogger than a blogger. Creative, quick thinker, and go-getter. And trendsetter, and obviously a people pleaser.
Is that a jacket on your head?
It's a jeans, a pants. Good day, South Africa. I'm Quan Piers. I push the boundaries of fashion to express identity and sexuality, and to ensure that plus-sized is more than just a body type.
It says here you write poetry?
Yeah.
Can you give us one poem?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm a sit-down comedian, a shower singer, and a bedroom dancer.
I can bend any way I want. I can do the splits.
I can jump.
Others choose to dance their way to the top.
Join the music. Come dance with me. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Maybe like a.
If you're looking for good hair, good dressing, and good makeup, you will not find it on me.
Sorry, is it off to... Okay, sorry. Scenario in my head. Can I start again?
Oh, goodness. No. So, without any Sorry, the nerves.
And one of the most exotic safari lodge. Sorry, that was so horrible.
Having a baby?
Okay. Peter Myburgh picked a pickle. Peter Myburgh picked a pick. Sorry.
You've got such a beautiful face, but I wanted more out of your link. Let's do it.
Now we're doing push-ups.
Let's do it.
I'm shredded. Peter Myburgh picked a pickle. Peter Myburgh picked a pick of pickled peppers. Yeah.
Take off the top. Slowly.
Yeah. No, I mean.
Wow. Do you want to do some push-ups as well?
Present. You have to be passionate about it. It has to come from the bottom of your stomach. I do not pretend. I do not act. Everything that I do comes from the bottom of my heart. But you have to stay with me so that you'll know better about him.
Danielo Augusto.
Ciao, come stai?
Bello ragazzo. You're Italian.
The audition process is nerve-wracking regardless of who you are, how much experience you've had. I remember walking in there, you've got sweaty palms, you've got the sort of jotting down knee that doesn't want to stop moving, your mouth goes really, really dry, and there's lights everywhere, and it's been quite nerve-wracking. All my lines left me.
Let us see your link.
Well, I can tell you that I'm probably more nervous than when a beautiful girl approaches you. You tell her your name is Danilo Antonio Acquisto, and then she asks you to recite something in Italian, and you have no idea where to begin.
Cool. Here we go. Okay, let's check. Obviously, the chicken will take the longest. I think 1 hour.
And it's nicely herbed already, so it's done. We can literally just put it in the oven and go. I think for me, the most difficult part of the presenter search journey was knowing that you were competing. just to set the scene, it was sunset, we were on a tropical island, there were only a certain number of people that were going to win the show, and this was the final moment, you know, that you had to sort of wait for. I had felt at that point that I wasn't going to make it. I remember standing in the ocean beforehand, just kind of calming myself down to prepare for the negative announcement. And when they announced that name, it's literally just a whole bunch of, it's like a whirlwind of feelings within you.
I'm so overwhelmed with joy, excitement, nerves, all at the same time. So I'm so blessed and honored. My time has finally come. Join us for a Motivational Monday with Afternoon Express, live at 4:30 on SABC3.
I think those first few days were really nerve-wracking, trying to find your own feet, your own personality on a show that already had its own personality. I think I felt for a long time that I was living within the shadow and kind of, you know, just doing the cooking or kind of staying in my lane. But I think as the sort of months and the years progressed, I started to find my own feet and realized I'm actually really interested in hosting like intellectual, great conversations about politics and, you know, human rights and CSI projects, etc. And I think I found my space there, which gave me a lot more confidence. And I think I left Afternoon Express really knowing who I was.
And it's through struggle that I think that some women have really grown to be the people that they are today. And I think it's about time that we start to celebrate those struggles too.
Your mother sounds amazing. She must be so
Incredible
proud
lady.
of your brother.
Dan for president. Well said, Dan.
Yes. I think the difference between a TV presenter and a celebrity is that TV presenters are authentically themselves. Actors are playing somebody else, you know, celebrities are trying to be somebody, but TV presenters have to be authentically themselves. It's the key essence to what makes a presenter a great presenter. If you can find something within you that is different to what everybody else is doing and you stop trying to be them, you become the best version of yourself and people can start identifying with that side to you. That was my biggest learning from being on television, was trying to find my own space and then owning that. Zoe Brown!
I cannot believe it. I'm having an out-of-body experience. I'm so happy, I'm so relieved, and it's going to be the start of great things.
Good morning. How are you doing? Doing well. Welcome to Expresso.
I've always been a very early morning person, so to come to work super duper early and actually have an entire team that's also here, that's friendly, that's fun, that's warm, that's what I've enjoyed the most. It's just being around people that's so positive and they bring out the best energy in you.
Right now, Zoe is standing by with the latest out on the roads. 3, 2.
What I've enjoyed the most about being part of the team, it's every day is different. There's no routine really. And what's been really fun is doing the entertainment news, and it's fun to chat about things that is current. And it's also really fun to talk about topics that a lot of other people are discussing at the moment as well. We discuss current affairs in a very light-hearted and upbeat way.
Camera for Zoe afterwards. We're coming up.
Expresso is a family, and recently we said goodbye to two very essential and beautiful parts of our family, being Ewan Strydom and Zoe Brown. Both of them had such an incredible uniqueness, but I think when it comes to filling their shoes, we want two people to not try to be Ewan and Zoe, but to be who you are. Because the most beautiful thing about a presenter on Expresso is your own authenticity. It's bringing yourself to the table.
So through years of performance arts training and practicing in front of the TV, I nailed my skill, from dancing to acting to TV presenting. And it is with the same surety that I had when I was 3 that I stand here in front of you, ready to own this stage as mine.
Wow.
Oh, beautiful.
Wow.
I decided to enter Presenter Search on 3 because it sounded like my dream job. I had always heard that I would make an excellent TV presenter, but of course I didn't know how to break through into the industry. So I thought this was the perfect chance to wake up in the morning, line up and hopefully win. And I did. Walking into my first audition, I was so intimidated by the judges. All of my lines just left. I went completely blank, but then I said, Palesa, just be yourself. All of a sudden, I got back into my groove. I remembered my lines. It felt natural, and I think that the judges loved it. And my mind was made up. Entertainment was my industry, and you could call me the dazzling diva. My top 10 reveal was a complete surprise. I had no clue what was coming. I just thought that I was having lunch with my friends. Next thing, there was a dessert that a waitress brought in front of me, and scribbled on it said, "Congratulations, you've made top 10. You made it to the top 10! I just remember tears, crying, excitement. I jumped up, I hugged my friends. basically losing my mind. I was very nervous. I didn't think I could make it. I didn't think I was good enough and super, super stressed. But once I got further and further along into the competition and started becoming myself, embracing myself, I started enjoying myself and having fun. I found friends with the fellow contestants and I feel like it was the best time of my life.
High five,
there we go.
My favorite moments of Presenter Search had to be my top 10 challenge where I was given a snake. Now I'm deadly afraid of snakes.
No, wait, no, I'm not ready, wait, okay. Oh my God.
But I had to make lemonade out of lemons. I put that snake around my neck and I created a magical moment. They say best friends are like 4 leaves. And when the judges told me that I killed it, I felt myself and I knew that I could possibly win this whole thing.
And that winner is... Palesa.
My life changed dramatically the moment I was announced as the winner. I had to relocate to Cape Town. I had to leave my family behind. I had to leave my friends behind and start a whole new life. But I honestly couldn't be happier. I'm working in the industry I want, in the job I want, living my best life, and of course, entertaining South Africa. I feel like I got here with them. So it's a bit of a two-way, bitter and sweet. I miss you guys, but I mean, it's also good over here. My advice to everyone entering Presenter Search on 3 is be yourself, trust yourself, back yourself, and whatever you find weird and different about you, use that to your benefit.
Next up, a behind-the-scenes look at the Feel Good Expresso morning show.
It's your time to shine with Presenter Search on 3 and Orbit Gum. This is Season 5 of Presenter Search on 3, and this year we're searching for 2 new faces to join South Africa's award-winning breakfast team on the Expresso morning show. Every week from Monday to Friday, the team works tirelessly to kick off South Africa's day on the right foot and to bring viewers the best in feel-good entertainment. For our winners, this will be their new life.
Oh, look at this. Brand new day, time to go and slay. Up and at 'em. In other words, give the people what they want.
It's up really early. I'm up just before 4 in the morning. 5 o'clock, I'm already in studio. And once you step in here, it's go, go, go. There's a buzz of energy. Everyone's running around, sorting out the sound, the cameras, the lighting. And then I have to get into the wardrobe department.
I get my makeup done, we get wardrobe and hair done, we then have a quick pre-show meeting if there's time, and then we start with the best 3 hours of our lives.
It's important for me to get my head in the zone, so I will have gone through some of the content the night before, leaving a bit of kind of open space for new content, for changes that get made in the morning.
Makeup done. The cameras wait.
And it's showtime.
Very good morning, you beautiful souls.
I basically try and get a smile out of everyone, either by greeting them in a different language or, throwing an arbitrary comment their way that might just make them chuckle or smile, because I love to have the energy in the room that I'm in at the same level as where I am.
A very warm welcome back to you Wednesday morning. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show is live, large and in charge.
I really try and plug myself into body, mind and soul.
Break.
Okay, hey guys, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Lucian is our executive floor manager. He comes with very many titles, but he basically is the gentleman that runs the ship on the floor.
If you look at middleman, you look at a studio manager, because he's the glue between the control room and the live studio floor. So basically it entails of you managing everybody from the presenters to the camera people to the lighting to the sound and everything in between.
Best part about the show is often the interplay that people don't get to see. The funny moments that we get to share, the personality types on the show. We know each other so well.
Pulling this long We love to have fun on the show. We always laugh, we always play around, but when it's time for work, there's no time for play. And everybody knows, do not mess with me.
Yes, it's that time of the week. It's time for the calorie hotline. Bling! Sing! What do you think is inspiring all of my dance moves today, yeah? We're taking you on a
food trip to Spain.
All right, so I've just heard 30 seconds now going into the sting, going into an ad break, which will give us about 2 minutes. That's when I turn to this baby.
When a viewer watches the show and they see you carry an interview out or having a moment on there, there's actually a director in your ear that's constantly feeding you information, giving you instructions, that's giving instructions to the entire crew, that the people in our ears, the director and all the other people that are in the control room, they really do feel like a live studio audience, because when moments happen on the floor that translate on screen, we've actually got them cheering, laughing, making comments in your ear, and sometimes they may feed us some really smart questions to ask our guests if we are feeling a little bit stuck.
Add another minute to that, Nana. There are many elements that make up Expresso. The control room, for example, has numerous people playing very important roles, and they make Expresso what it is every single morning.
We really do love each other, love the way that we all connect, and it's a big part about getting our head into the right space to be normal, be friends, be cool on the show, is entering back into that bubble.
So whenever you get a chance to familiarize yourself with the content so that it comes across as natural and as authentic as possible, you have to use whatever time is afforded you, and that's usually during the breaks.
And he counts us out, 3, 2, 1, it's back to work.
Expresso is absolutely a family effort. It's like you need every single bit of that chain to be locked in and functioning properly in order for the show to work. You think not just about the presenters, directors, producers, cameramen, lighting technicians, sound engineers, but also the staff that supports everyone. Ladies like Mama Sina, Mama Linda, that are constantly just looking after us.
Each and every morning when I wake up, I know I'm going to see my kids, and they keep me. I get love every day.
I love working here because I make everybody be happy with my great coffee.
Every day, as much as we follow formulas that we know work, everything is different. Every guest is different, and there is a gravitas that comes with the kinds of engagements that we have. So you're constantly going from a lighter moment, maybe you're just enjoying a coffee, you're just connecting with someone, previewing something that's coming up on the show, and then you're getting into the deep, hardcore, the matter of what this show is all about, making people feel good, educating people, inspiring people.
The one standout thing that I really enjoy about the show is really the great people that come on this show that we get to meet. And you take it for granted that that's what you're doing, but every single day we get to meet people, whether they are an athlete or a community builder who's doing something incredible, and to be part of that story when they come on and tell that story is just so heartwarming and it's so filling. You leave here feeling a sense of purpose. And that's a wrap. The show is done and it's time to go home. Not. We've still got inserts to do. So all the different pieces that make up this show happen often after the show.
Work doesn't just end there. The show needs to happen again tomorrow. So we've got an entire team that has to assess how segments went, and they go back to the drawing board and replan, restructure, rescript, talk to clients again, and ensure that the next day's show can happen.
What Expresso really needs is someone who is dynamic and is going to bring as much personality as possible so that they really are able to have people connect with them in different ways that they do to any of the other presenters.
We need somebody who's going to come in here and embrace that culture, love the energy that we're all about, because we are a very energetic show. But I think mostly we need somebody who will offer viewers a perspective that we don't already have.
We want you to be able to have fun in the moment, to think on your feet, be a team player, be somebody who is able to roll with the punches.
Coming up, the stage is set and it's time to meet this year's judging panel.
Only the highest grade 100% Arabica beans. Great coffee, simple. With thousands of entries from across the country, a handful of the most unique, exciting and talented will be given the opportunity to audition for a panel of guest judges in the first round. These auditions will take place in South Africa's 3 major cities, Cape Town, Durban and Johannesburg. The most impressive hopefuls from round 1 will be invited for a callback audition in front of the main judging panel. Expresso is first and foremost a live show. So this year we've brought in the experts who know exactly what it means to go live.
1 and good.
This year, because the search is on for 2 live presenters, we thought we have to have specialist judges who are brilliant at going live themselves. Hence the choice of Thando, Thabethe, Dr Musa and Roger Goode. These are people who are wonderful live on air. They know what it takes. They know the discipline, the talent, the dedication, and they'll be both brilliant judges and mentors for the new contestants.
With a sense of style and brains to match, Dr. Musa is a media personality and medical doctor. Having been on TV since a young age, he knows what it means to go live.
I discovered TV presenting when I was very young. So the story is from my parents that I never went to preschool. I only went for 1 year. The rest of the time I just sat and I watched TV. So I knew the program and the schedule every single day, what was playing at what time. And I fell in love with TV then. And then I started TV presenting when I was about 12 years old after going to auditions. Got the job and it's been a dream since then.
With live experience on TV and behind the mic as a 5FM DJ, Thando Thabethe brings a woman's touch to the judging panel.
You're doing it the second time, you should be fine. You shouldn't be nervous. I'm like, as soon as you're not nervous, it means you don't love what you do, not excited about what you do, so I'm still nervous. My experience as a TV presenter specifically started very young. I was 13, I entered something they call Quest for Fame. They were looking for a Yo TV presenter. I made it to the top 4. They were looking for 2 people. I wouldn't say that's really experience, but it was sort of an intro into it all. Fast forward years later, I had the honor of hosting some of South Africa's biggest award ceremonies, the SAMAs and the SAFTAs twice.
With a crazy sense of humor and quick wit, 5FM breakfast show host Roger Goode has more than a decade of experience hosting live radio shows.
It all started here in a radio studio, and I've done all sorts of different types of shows, from hosting a one-man show to doing a massive show with a huge team of people. It's a live show. Anything can happen. Things can go wrong. You can have a guest that's out of control. Nothing's pre-recorded, and that's, I think, why this is going to be so exciting, is to find people that can pull this off and end up becoming a really great friend of yours in the relationship of broadcasting a show or a TV show or a radio show for years to come.
Live TV is a big demon by itself. A wonderful experience, a great time that you have, but it happens as it happens. So anything you say that comes out of your mouth, anything you blurt out has gone out to the world. So it's one of those things and one of those skills that you need to learn, that you need to practice, but most importantly, that you need to fall in love with in order to do excellently.
Anything can happen. It's a massive technical production. Something can go wrong. You can be in a situation where a guest is not exactly what you were expecting. Perhaps they're in a bad mood or a terrible interview. You've got to be able to fluff. You've got to be able to be dynamic. Again, it's a live show, so drama can strike at any time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh. When you're presenting live, it's very much, it feels like an adrenaline rush. It feels like you're on a roller coaster. It's like you have to get it right, and you have to get it right the first time. There's no other take.
You've got timing dynamics with your team. You've got the producer screaming in your ear. You've got to be able to come back. You've got to be able to land on your feet. It's got to look smooth and cool.
Expresso is one of those shows that needs to get you up and going. So for the person that wakes up in the morning, switches on their TV, they need to feel the energy being transferred from their TV sets into their lives so they can get going and come back this evening. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an energetic, very well-rounded presenter that can give us what we want no matter what. So if there's sad news on the show that we need to discuss, I want that person to be able to convey the sad news without feeling offensive. But if it's a really good time and we're having fun in studio, I need to feel that way too. So I think an all-round wholesome presenter with lots of energy.
Firstly, whoa, you guys like work. It's like work, right? Cameras moving around, but it's so much fun. It's such a great environment. But as a platform as a whole, I don't know if there's a breakfast show that does it like Expresso does it, just in terms of being able to deliver information, but be able to do it in a fun, spontaneous, exciting way that is not boring and mundane, because our days become redundant. But when you're able to wake up to a show that is able to give you a different sort of start to your day, amazing.
Expresso's morning show is a platform. It's not a niche show. They are covering, as the mornings go by, various topics from very serious family kind of orientated content all the way to, like, you know, making an omelette and getting egg all over your face. And I think that's going to be really interesting to see whether presenters who are entering this competition can step up to being as versatile as the content that's on the show. Very tricky, very difficult. So it's going to be exciting.
Firstly, it needs to be somebody who can wake up in the morning, hey? You can't lie and say you can wake up in the morning if you can't wake up in the morning. And obviously that will be told by little things, like, are you arriving on time? Are you looking like you went to 20 parties last night?
I can tell you we get up, I'm pretty sure at the same time that the Expresso presenters are getting up. I know what they go through. It is tough. Well, one would obviously be, I'm sure anybody in this business can testify, a caffeine addiction, which I suffer from big time.
You know, you always have to squeeze in a cup of coffee in between all these scenes and things that take place on this show, right, G?
Like 5 cups of coffee, let's be honest.
I think you need to be knowledgeable. I think it's important for someone who is on a breakfast show to know what is happening around the world, but also someone who doesn't take themselves too seriously, somebody who's able to work on the spot because it's a live show.
I mean, we're young people, we want to go out, you want to go to the parties, you want to go to big events, you're going to have to get some sleep. You can't rock up here half asleep. They're going to see you on the screen that you're looking haggard. And discipline, you can't be late for things. You know, oh, my Uber didn't arrive, oh, I missed the flight. It's a serious business, there's big money involved. And you know, I think these are just some of the simple things that are expected of you.
So over the years, you know, we've all made our mistakes, said the wrong thing on air, said something that should not have been said, but you learn from that. And the most important thing is if you step up and overcome and learn from that big mistake that you made at that point in time. So over the years, the things that I learned were, you know, listening to someone, but whilst listening, you have to be speaking at the same time. Quite confusing, but really one of the things that you need to learn.
No offense to the guys, but you look at some of the most successful media personalities, especially in South Africa, it's women, you know. I think women in this country have shown how you can take TV presenting, for example, and become an entity in yourself and become a business just as yourself. So I think it's that. I think it's also, of course, that feminine touch. People like to also watch people that look good, right? And women look good.
What trained me and prepared me for live TV is working. It's continual working on yourself as a presenter. Standing in front of the mirror, looking at yourself, presenting to yourself, taking your phone, recording yourself, taking videos of yourself and watching yourself. The continual, perpetual preparation to become #1 and be good at what you do is really what puts you up for live TV. Because on live TV, there's no room for mistakes. You get that one chance and that one chance only, so why not get into it with script notes? Because you've prepared yourself.
Wake up this winter to... Make sure you tune in next week to catch all the laughs, all the tears, and all the talent. And to all of our hopefuls, remember, this is your time to shine. Good night.
Beautiful. And that's a wrap, guys. Well done.
It's your time to shine with Orbit Gum and Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition. On Wednesday the 14th, we feature talent in the mother city. Then it's up the East Coast to Durban for our show on the 21st. And the final round of editions in the City of Gold will feature on Wednesday the 28th. After that, you'll help us choose the top 10 who'll be competing for the coveted 2 positions. That's Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition, in proud association with Makhubela.
Only the highest grade 100% Arabica beans. Great coffee, simple.